What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Fox Body Junkie YouTube channel. Today we're down here at my dad's house working on the budget beater Sonic Blue Cobra. So pretty much I got the hood primered, the passenger side fender primered, and after that was done I went ahead and wet sanded everything, and it's more or less, I wouldn't say it's ready for paint, but it's getting painted. So I'll turn the camera around, show you guys what it looks like, and you can see for yourself. Alright, so this door I didn't really do much to. It had a couple little chips on the edge that I sanded out and just did some spot primer on there. These two little spots were little chips that sanded out. Did go ahead and remove the door handles, all the side scoops. This quarter, if you guys remember, I had to do a lot of filler work here in the wheel arch to get that body line back. It was pretty bacony. Trunk lid I primered once and then blocked it. That was pretty much it. This quarter the same way. It was actually a lot worse. It was hit in this area once before, and then the whole wheel arch was looking like shit. So got that looking better. It doesn't look, 100% factory, but doesn't look terrible. And then this door was actually a replacement door. As you guys can see, it's actually black. So this door has been swapped out at some point in its life too. Went ahead and primered that and blocked it. Now, if you guys remember, this roof had about 200 dents in it, and it looks a lot better. There's still a little waviness here and there, but for race car stuff, it'll look okay. As far as the engine bay, nothing crazy going on here. Just kind of a light coat of fresh blue going down. The plan for right now is to go ahead and paint all of the actual tube front end of the engine bay black with like a roll bar chassis paint black, and then just do all of this back in blue. So that's the game plan with that. Let's see. The driver's side fender hasn't really changed since the last time you guys saw it. All I did was sand it. The side scoops, we went ahead and got those sanded. The hood, I put 2 heavy coats of primer on it and blocked it once. It looks okay. It's a fiberglass hood. They never look great unless you put a lot of work into them. And then the passenger side fender here. So we did delete the antenna hole, and I had to reblock that area and do a little bit more work to it. And this fender had a couple dents from the hailstorm, so I fixed those and primed it, blocked it, side scoop there. So we're all set up. Got the main man here, Mr. Fox Junk. Not happy helping me, but
well,
he's here.
Get my stuff done.
Yeah. So we've got our fresh Sonic Blue base coat mixed up here, and we're gonna start putting it on here. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to put the camera up and film, but I'll try to go ahead and film in between coats, and at least before clear coat, so that way you guys can see what it looks like. Let's get at it. All right, we're back here. Put about 3 coats on the car. 3 coats and a little orientation or dust coat, whatever you want to call it. Everything seemed to lay out okay. The couple little burn through spots took a little bit longer to fill in, but not too bad. The base coat that we use on this is shop line, and it seemed to cover pretty good. The color looks nice from what I can tell. We'll see when we get some clear coat on there for sure. Gotta turn the lights on this side over here. A little dark. To do the engine bay as well. That'll get a fresh coat of blue on it. And then, like I said, we'll paint all of these tubes just like with some roll bar chassis paint black. So as for clear coat, it's what we're using. Well,
some high quality premium speed coat.
Premium high solids speed coat.
Sun buys the best materials.
Yeah,
the best.
Only the best.
Speedo coat. It's like the Speedo you wear. Like the Speedo.
Yeah. Speedo you wear. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be spraying on the car. So we'll see how it goes. Probably gonna put either 2, maybe 3 coats on it. We'll see how I feel when we get there. So I will pick up the camera when it's got some clear on it and let you guys see. All right, so it's been a couple hours now. Went ahead and got all the clear coat laid down. Went in, took a shower, got cleaned up. Back out here now looking at it. Once everything's flashed off, it's actually pretty dry to the touch already. It's cleared up or cured up pretty quickly. So. Yeah, Speedo coat actually laid down pretty good. So if you guys are curious or interested in that clear coat, I will say I recommend it. I don't know how it's going to buff. Speaking of buffing, I'm going to have one little spot I got to wet sand and buff out. I'll show you guys that right now. So it's not terrible. It's oh, I didn't notice that one. That's from my double coat. So I got a little one right here. It's not too bad. That one wasn't there before. But there was a really bad one on my first coat of clear right there. And took some masking tape to it and got most of it out, and then put 3 more coats on top of that. So there should be plenty of clear there to buff.
Sorry. Back here.
Yeah. Well, the rest of it turned out pretty good, all things considered.
I would highly recommend the clear if you're looking for an inexpensive clear. I've been using Omni production clear for years, and this stuff seems to flow out really good. Yeah. I don't know what the UV protection is on this clear.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored.
Nope.
However, Speedy Coat, I'll take some free clear.
Yeah.
If you're looking for some.
Oh, we do a touch of fisheye eliminator just in case. It is mixes 2 to 1, so technically you'll get another quart out of a standard, you know, your standard 4 to 1. You'll get an extra coat since it mixes 2 to 1, so that's cool. A little bit extra clear.
Sorry, you ain't got my bill yet.
Yep. So all of our body work, considering I haven't spent a whole lot of time, doesn't look terrible. I think all in all, I've maybe got like 5 days worth of work in this thing.
If all the more work you put into it.
Yeah. So I think for 5 days total, that was fixing all the hail dents in the roof, fixing both quarter panels, blocking the door, fixing a bunch of hail dents in the fenders. This driver's side fender had a real bad spot in it too. A lot of work to get this thing looking half decent, which I think it does. I think it actually looks pretty good. Side scoop's flashed out really nice. That's the thing with this clear. It seems like it levels really, really good. So.
It flows out better than Omni does.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, it was 100 degrees in here today. So
Yes, it was 100 degrees inside our paint booth in here. So that could have helped some.
We had a bake booth the whole time we was painting.
We had a sweat booth going on in here. Couple little dirt nibs and, you know, trash, but it'll probably get a 2500 wet sand on the whole thing and just a light polish. I'll show you guys the engine bay. Yeah, I'm having second thoughts on the black front end here, but it would have looked really pretty with a nice fresh blue front end.
I told him 10 times to paint it blue.
Yeah. Old man's always right.
Listen. Because I knew how good it was when the first paint was.
Yeah. So, really, really happy with it. Weather permitting, I'm going to try to get, there's a couple things I wanted to get painted. It just didn't happen today. I'd like to get the gas cap door painted and maybe the A-pillars and the C-pillar trim. That way I can put the weather stripping back on it and seal it up, because you guys know I leave this here at my dad's house. It's going to be sitting outside. I'm going to try to not get a bunch of water inside. So,
Just water.
yeah, just water. Oh yeah, we also had some a thing of rust here. I'll have to maybe put a picture in, but I had a big rust hole here that that I had to fix. So, like I said, lots of little things that.
Tell about the rust. It's a mint one owner.
Yeah, mint one owner. Yeah, no accidents, never wrecked. It's only got
Clean
2,000 miles. Yeah, clean title, clean Carfax. Yeah. So, no, but oh yeah, I guess I'll show you guys the roof. I didn't touch on that much. Oh, roof turned out pretty good. A couple little things, but like I said, there was probably.
Now keep in mind, that's only 2 coats of clear.
Yeah, we did only do 2 coats of clear on the roof. I did 3 coats on the door, or maybe 4. Was it 3 or 4? Door. Yeah, 4 coats on the door because it had the run, and I'm gonna have to do some more polish work on that. And then I think I did 3 coats on this door as well and this fender, just to try to slick them out a little bit. They had a little bit more orange peel and everything else. So, yeah.
Man, somebody knows how to lay metallic down.
Yeah, so that orientation coat makes all the difference. So. Cool. Try to maybe get some more stuff painted. If not, oh well. I'm really happy with the progress that we've got done here so far, and I can't wait to get this thing kind of somewhat put back together and roll it outside and see what it looks like in the sun. I think it's really going to pop out there. So I will save some more footage for that later, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, what's up, y'all? So a little bit of time has passed here. Went ahead and got the fenders and the hood put on. Huge shout out and thank you to my dad for doing that, because he's like the master when it comes to body lines on these things. I'll explain a little bit more in depth on what we had to do to get it to where it looks like now. However, I'm just going to turn the camera around. You guys can look at it. Bam. So like I said, we got the fenders put on. This side actually fit up half decent. The other side we had to mess with the door a little bit to get it to line up a bit better. You guys remember we did do a tube front on this. You can see my nice little run. More of a sag right there on the door. The plan is to wet sand this car with 2500, cut all the stuff out of it, and then wet sand the whole car with 2500 and polish it the next time I'm here. So I did want to go ahead and get the A-pillars and the C-pillars painted. However, I just didn't have enough time. So this is how it's going to sit until I have some more time to work on it. You guys know, if you've been following this at all, I only work on it when I come here, which is, a couple times a year. So it might be a little bit of a wait to get another update on this thing. But really, really happy with how the bodywork turned out on both quarters. They could be a little bit better, but overall, most people would be pretty happy with it. And I'm pretty happy with it. So, yeah. not much else to say about it. I'll show you guys this quarter again. So the body lines turned out really good. This side looks a little bit better than the other side does, but for what they looked like before, this thing looks awesome. I will do a little bit of a slideshow kind of at the end of the video of what it looked like before and a couple pictures from what it looks like now. That way you guys can see the difference. So this door, it still is a little in from the quarter, but I mean it was probably that far in from the quarter. So we went ahead and adjusted this door up here and got that fitting a lot better. This car has been through the ringer, y'all. It has lived a rough life, but we're trying to get something done with it. So the fender gap on this side looks pretty good, pretty straight all the way around. Now it does have obviously the aftermarket hood on it, so the hood gaps are about as good as we can get them. They're even on both sides as far as how the fenders fit. It gets a little bit bigger towards the back of the fenders, but that's just this hood. So all in all though, I think a good cut and buff, this thing's gonna look awesome. It already looks really good. So and this weather stripping seal, once we get a couple good hot days, this thing will lay back down and you won't even be able to tell that I painted it with the back glass in there. So the front glass needs replaced. I just cut the whole seal off of it, so once it gets a new front windshield, you'll have that seal that runs all the way along the edge. It'll look good. Both of the glasses are probably going to have to come out anyways long term, because it will be getting a roll cage. This is pretty much going to be I won't say a dedicated track car, but that's going to be the primary use for it. So I'll go ahead and open up this hood and show you guys the engine bay. Alright, so here's how the engine bay turned out. I don't know if I touched bases on the bars, but I did go ahead and shoot those with Ford Semi-Gloss Black and the Duplicolor just paint can. I think it looks really pretty good. Engine bay turned out really good for the amount of effort that I put in it, to be honest with you. Really was just kind of a scuff and shoot here in the engine bay. Didn't do a whole lot. I did weld up a couple holes in the strut towers when we did the tube front end, but aside from that, I did cut the firewall seam a little bit. If you guys know these cars, they have a bunch of brackets that poke out on that firewall, the cowl seam. So I trimmed those down, and other than that, I pretty much left it alone. Now this car will be, like I said, it will be getting tubular front suspension, and more than likely either a motor plate or just a regular bolt-in K-member deal. I haven't decided on that yet, but everything looks pretty good under here. Went ahead and got the new fender bolts put in place, put new clips on all of that. We need to trim down that middle one, as it's really close to the tube. So that's why that one doesn't have one. And I need to paint the bottom of the hood still. So I will do that the next time I'm here, more than likely. But yeah. There's Baker. Miss Baker. How you doing? She's liking the car. So do one more quick walk around for y'all, and that'll probably be the end of this video. I might be able to get some shots of it in the sun. The sun decided it wants to come out now, and that'll be pretty much it. Hi. Well, that's pretty much it, you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, all the things that you guys do. Let me know what you think about this project. Let me know if you'd like to see more of it. I'm going to film it regardless, but let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. All right, so real quick, if you stayed to the end of the video, I did have a little bit extra time before I have to go catch a flight to get this door wet sanded, the run and the door wet sanded out, and a couple little other ones. And so I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you guys what those look like. So if you guys remember, had a really big run. Not really big, but a good sag kind of in this area, and then all the way, let's see if that'll focus, kind of on the bottom of this body line, pretty much about to like right there. It was just a little ripply, so I got a run in my first coat of clear, but I was able to get most of it out with the tape method. If you put a little bit of tape over top of that wet clear, it'll kind of pull a lot of that run out. So that's what I did. And There was a little one right here underneath the emblem where it just kind of sagged a little bit, and then there was a little bit right here on the bottom of the fender as well. Hi Baker, what you doing? So got pretty much all those out. Now this is not final polish or anything. This is, wow, can't even focus. This is more so just to get those out. That way they don't, that clear doesn't harden up a bunch to where I can't wet sand it out. So I figured it'd probably be best to do that while it's still somewhat soft, and it seemed to turn out really good. So like I said, I'm going to leave a little bit of orange peel on this. It won't be slick as glass, but it will look pretty good when I'm done with it. Just doing this little bit of wet sanding here, I hit it with 1500 and then 2500, and if the camera will pick up, look at my reflection, and then you can see the orange peel into that fender. So just that little bit of polishing from there to there will make a huge difference, but it already looks really good. So being said, I know that was a little bit of a long rant to just show you a little bit of a run process, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the clip in from kind of a before and after of what this thing looked like, and yeah, you guys can check it out. Again, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.